Hey guys, how's it going? Casher, President CEO of Cash International Luxury Real Estate, coming to you today from the Dominican Republic. Want to run through something early morning here, March 1st, 2026. As you guys know, chaos ensues in the with the U.S. attacking Iran, Israel attacking Iran, Iran firing back and shooting off some missiles towards certain areas you would never ever imagine would be under attack of any sort. And what that is doing is unhinging some of the beliefs that we had in our system and investors had in the Dubai, Abu Dhabi market, specifically Dubai. What I was doing a comparative analysis, utilizing AI, ChatGPT, etc., and trying to break that down to see what are similarities that could exist with the 2009 to 2012 boom of real estate that happened in Dubai to what could happen here in Punta Cana because of what we are seeing happen or unfold in the news today related to Dubai, an area you never thought anything like this could happen, is under attack. Okay. How is this going to play in the future? We don't know. I don't know what the next day, 2 days, week is going to look like. Is this going to drag on for years, or is this going to be is this part of some other bigger political campaign that's outside my pay grade that I would not understand and we can make assumptions about? However, could this go on forever? Or could it be done in 2 days? We don't know. However, the one thing I do know, and you do as well, and anyone that owns real estate in Dubai or is thinking about it, or an investor, and looked at it as a safe haven free from any sort of conflict, or no chance anyone would ever attack Dubai, Abu Dhabi, these areas, that fallacy didn't hold true. Okay, so let's look at a few things. What I want to do in today's video is I'm going to run through the 5 similarities of how Dubai took off after that crash. And the other thing I want to do is look at the opportunities that could exist for you if you're considering the Punta Cana market, and why this could be the start of a boom for Punta Cana. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with that comparison. Let's talk about Dubai really quick and how that happened. So how this conflict could quietly trigger a Punta Cana boom. Similar to Dubai in 2009 to 2012, but earlier in the cycle. This comparison is actually very accurate from a capital cycle perspective. Okay, Dubai's biggest wealth creation phase did not happen during stability. It happened right after the global uncertainty. Let's break this down structurally. So step one, what we saw was global shock freezes primary markets. The Middle East instability, airspace risk, oil volatility, currency uncertainty, investor psychology was tarnished. Large investors temporarily reduce exposure. This is typically what happens. Large investors typically will reduce the exposure to conflict adjacent regions, being Dubai now, Abu Dhabi. Expensive tier 1 cities will feel it. Speculative off-plan markets will feel it. They don't exit real estate immediately. They reallocate their investments in real estate to different areas of the world. Step 2, what you see happen in these scenarios is capital search for safe lifestyle assets. Okay, they want areas that are not prone to violence, not prone to war, and that's what Dubai was offering. So after 2008, Dubai benefited because it offered sunshine lifestyle, no income tax, international access, new infrastructure, and a link to USD stability, the US dollar stability. Today, Punta Cana mirrors that earlier Dubai profile. Dubai 2009, Punta Cana today. Emerging global hub, emerging here in the Caribbean. We see it constantly with investments in Google, with infrastructure growth, all of these things that are adding absolute value to the security of investing here in the Dominican Republic. Massive infrastructure build out. Airports are growing, highways are growing, train systems are coming, resorts are expanding, foreign ownership. The country is very foreign ownership friendly. Okay, absolutely. The owners, when you're buying real estate here, you have your title, you have possession, you can own it 100% free and clear without any government intervention. The lifestyle migration is huge. People are sick of winters. They don't want to be the whole northern hemisphere has to deal with winters. You don't have to deal with it ever over here, so people like that. The ability for people to work remotely, that is still alive and well. Undervalued beachfront, okay? You're able to pick up beachfront properties at grossly undervalued or much, much less than you are in Dubai. Okay, so that's something that's really working in the Dominican Republic's favor. So what are you going to start to see? You're going to see investors that will begin to think, why would I spend $2 million in instability exposure? Because now bombs have fallen, protection, this can be attacked, and that was a belief that could never happen. So you park your wealth there. Now you say, this place could be attacked. I can go off to the Dominican Republic, spend $400,000 to $800,000, and get that similar quality asset, maybe even better. Okay, keep in mind, guys, in Dubai too, it is unlivable in those summer months. Over here, it's hot, definitely far from unlivable. It's still paradise. So keep that in mind as well. The mindset shifts and drives a boom towards Punta Cana. Okay, step 3 that happens: migration follows fear. So people start to move. It follows the fear. Conflict accelerates. Now, if this happens, conflict accelerates. Relocation psychology kicks in. You start seeing an increase from Europeans wanting to distance themselves from geopolitical tension. You see Canadians hedging their currency, deciding that they want to move away from these sort of war-torn areas. The Middle Eastern families are going to start diversifying assets abroad. Digital entrepreneurs relocating permanently will start to shift gear. Okay, important reality: people don't wait for wars to end before they leave. They move while uncertainty exists. Tourism markets convert into ownership markets. Step 4: developers become the catalyst. Exactly what happened in 2009 to 2012. In Dubai, developers quietly extend payment plans, absorb closing costs, offer rental guarantees, release new phases cautiously. Prices appear stable publicly, but effective price purchases are available for buyers. Okay, buyers are able to get better deals. They're not publicly promoting these price drops, but buyers with proper brokers are able to get better deals. Early buyers accumulate inventory, then the demand catches supply. Okay, step 5: the boom becomes visible. You can see that the boom is starting to happen. Okay, and this is what happened in Dubai. The public notices only when resale prices jump, inventory tightens, rental yields spike, more flights start coming into that market because more people want to be there. Branded residents start arriving. Okay, all this starts to happen simultaneously, and now you start to call it a boom, but the boom already started by those other earlier stages. At this point, the media calls it a boom. Early investors already hold strong positions and have experienced significant appreciation. So Dubai saw 60 to 120% appreciation in prime zones between 2009 and 2013. Yeah, that's a huge jump. People are more than doubling their money. Punta Cana is early in this maturity curve, okay? Same thing is what we're believing is going to play out here now because of what has happened here in the world over the last couple of days. Now, why Punta Cana specifically benefits? Unlike many Caribbean markets, it has the international airport dominance, year-round tourism demand, large master plan communities like Cap Cana, like Vista Cana, okay, like Punta Cana resorts, USD-based transactions, North America, proximity to North America, which is huge. You can, from here to New York within 3.5 hours. I go back and forth to Canada within 4 hours. It's so easy and direct. Political neutrality, that is huge, okay? That is something that is really going to take front stage here, I believe, and really help the Dominican Republic shine. This combination is very rare globally. What we did think is that we had that in Dubai. Okay, really felt strong about that. Me, myself, personally felt very strong about that until the news 2 days ago. Could not believe what I was hearing on the news, and that's like so many others. Okay, a spot that you thought was immune, could never happen. Sure enough, it did happen. So that changes things, puts Punta Cana in an even better position. The quiet truth here, guys: wars don't create booms directly. They accelerate capital migration timelines, okay? What might have taken the Dominican Republic 10 years to achieve, we might be able to achieve it within the next 3 to 5 years because of what has happened, because of this crisis. And depending on how long this drags out, how long it goes on for, it could only expedite and accelerate the growth that you are going to see here in the Dominican Republic. And when I say Punta Cana because the accessibility to this airport, it is massive, it is growing, it is an international hub, okay? You can fly in from over 90 different cities right into Punta Cana International. So access is key, and that is what is happening. You're also doing a big investment into San Domingo's airport. I forget that number, but in the hundreds of millions of dollars they're doing. So the growth there is huge. So very uniquely positioned to migrate investment into the Dominican Republic, into Punta Cana, because it becomes that safe haven. Strategic timelines. If the conflict continues, 2026, buyer hesitation globally. Negotiation opportunities start to present themselves. This is where smart money starts to prepare themselves for accumulation. They create their liquidity. 2007 to 2008, foreign ownership surges, rental demand expansion, visible price acceleration starts to happen here. 2029, but we're already seeing this, institutional entries. You got Google coming in, stuff like this starts to happen. Branded luxury residences start to come in. We're already seeing that already, right? You're starting to see the pricing starting to move up and keep trickling upwards, and we're already seeing that as well. Okay, bottom line, this type of geopolitical event can quietly reposition Punta Cana from a vacation destination to a global lifestyle investment market. Very, very strong possibility that what I'm speaking about here, what I'm talking to you guys about here, could play out exactly as positioned. It is not a far stretch from reality. Exactly the transition Dubai experienced post 2008 crisis. Okay, when that 2008, that financial meltdown happened, Dubai experienced that boom. It was because of that. Now Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic, could be positioned for the same thing because of what's happening in Dubai. Okay. So, guys, hopefully that helped shed a little bit of light. I know many of you are so confused about what's happening. Many of my clients do have exposure in Dubai as well, okay, because they're international investors. They invest into markets that they see are stable, that have good quality of life, which Dubai does. Okay, totally different quality of life than what I have over here, or what we have over here in Dominican Republic, but nevertheless, it's still great. Okay, and it's a hub for international wealth and wealth migration into real estate via different avenues. The Dominican Republic could be set up for that next run up. Okay, so guys, our hearts and feelings do go out to everyone that is experiencing these issues over there. It's really sad to see that you're having to go through this, and it's unfortunate that the world has to play out, and this war has to play out in the manner it is. So many lives are taken, so many homes are lost, and it's a very, very sad thing to see happen. So our hearts and feelings go out to everyone that is affected by this. On that note, guys, if you are looking to switch and you're looking to consider the Dominican Republic, please feel free to send me a direct WhatsApp. Myself and my team will love to assist you in that process, show you some opportunities that exist here. And if we're right, then the migration has began. Okay, not just from us North Americans, Europeans, from people from the UK. But now I feel we're also going to have a migration of wealth from the UAE, from Dubai, from Abu Dhabi. I think people are going to say it's not as safe as I imagined it was, and we should find something more stability, more geopolitical neutrality, and that's really what the Dominican Republic has been offering to the world for quite some time, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. All right, guys, hope you're okay, and hope this video helps shed some light and gives you a little bit of insight as to my thoughts on how this is all going to play out. Talk to you soon, guys. Remember, make us your first phone call when you're coming down here. Love where you live.